Hello everyone, Jamie McQuaid from Magnet Forensics here with another quick video. This time I'm going to be showing you some new stuff coming out of our Magnet Idea Labs. If you're not familiar with the Idea Labs, it's basically an area where we get to beta test and try out new features and products and stuff that we're working on. If you're interested in being a part of that, you can sign up and get access to some of those. We're always looking for feedback from customers and users to try things out. And if you go to the site right here on my screen, magnetidealabs.com, you can sign up and take a look. With that said, today we're going to talk about Prague, which is a feature component that's coming out of the Idea Labs that we're adding a beta to for Axiom here. So what we've got, I've got Examine opened up with the latest version, and you can see there's this identifiers matches on the dashboard. This is new. This is what Prague is. It's a code name. That's not the real name for it, but what it does is it allows us to match identifiers across cases, which is really neat and a good foray if you're trying to match up certain unique identifiers like email addresses, phone numbers, IP addresses, anything unique that can uniquely identify a person or a device across those cases. Prague helps you do that. So in order to set it up, first you basically have to set up a server for it. You can host your own server for it. I've got one up and running already here, and what I'll do is I'll go into Tools, I'll go to Settings, scroll all the way to the bottom, and we've got this product integrations, and we see Magnet Prague right here. So this is the project that we're going to work on. I'm going to enable it here. I'm going to add, I already added my server address and the port, and I hit connect. It's now connected to my server. This is a remote server outside of my installation that you get with the Idea Labs, and it's now connected. And now what you can do is you can upload to the server. You may already have some uploaded, or if this is the first time you're using it, you can upload identifiers from this case into the database and compare that to other cases. So we'll go to the artifact view here. And you can see under refined results, we have a number of identifiers for this case. People and device identifiers are the most common. So we'll go to people identifiers, and we can see there's an email addresses, phone numbers, names, stuff like that in here. I'm just going to sort because I find that's the most helpful here. And you can see I've already bookmarked a bunch of phone numbers here. You could select everything and grab it, but I find you'll get a lot of extra junk in here that really isn't valuable identifiers. You're always going to get a little bit of noise that come in here. So what I'll do is I'll be a little more selective here and just book a number of phone numbers. So I've already bookmarked those, but I can easily unbookmark them or add them. We'll just keep these as a good test. We could go down, and there's probably some email addresses that we can add here. Let's see. Our person of interest here is, there we go, E flat. We can use their email address in this. And what we'll do now is we'll go back to Tools, and we'll say Upload Identifiers to Magnet Prague. So we click that. It's still connected to the server. We can choose which one. So I only added bookmarks, but if you had a bunch of other tags in here, you could say, okay, here's a bunch of other ones. I'm just going to add my bookmarks, and there's 29 of them here. Click Add. And now you put some contact information. So my name, my email address was already populated because I just filled that out. You put phone numbers. And the idea here is, these might not be your cases. These may be your peers' cases, somebody else in your organization. So hey, if you've got a big enough team or organization, you may want to actually provide contact details of, like, you don't have access to the original case, just the identifiers database will have it. So you'll want a point of contact, say, hey, I found the same email address that you worked in your other case, whatever case number that would be. You can see I've referenced a made-up case number here in its description, and I just hit upload identifiers. It'll export it. Only takes a few seconds because they're just identifiers, their email addresses, phone numbers, stuff like that, right? So that's all done. We can actually go back to our dashboard, and we can see that we've got it, and we'll say search for mismatching identifiers. Now, if the database was much fuller, I could search this and it would search across the entire database. Now I know I'm going to get matches here because I just uploaded it, and now I'm going to just search for matching ones. So obviously the ones I just upload will match to this case, but it's a good example to show here. So we'll let the search run here. It'll just take a few seconds, and now we got some hits. some matches successfully found. The last search was done here. You could do a repeat search, but we can see it automatically tagged a number of identifier matches for us. We can see for that email address here, the Gmail address, we had 773 artifacts and then 2 file system hits for that identifier, which is awesome. And we've got plenty of other ones that I've already tagged with those phone numbers. So we can go into the file system again and take a look at that. So view matched identifiers gives us a nice view here of the matched identifiers. We've got some basic views here. We can view the matching cases. So just some basic details. There's, my name and details for myself here that I already filled out. And again, you can see which artifacts they come from. You're not going to get the original artifacts here, but you'll get references to them that you can then go back to the original case or to the owner of that investigation and try to understand a little bit more detail about what happened there. So we could also, if we wanted to continue in this case, I can go in here, I can go to tags and comments, and I can start looking at the identifiers matches. So you can see there's a whole bunch of them here, but let's just do the email address. Apply it, and now I can go through and see all of those emails of interest. Like there's the Apple Mail, and I can actually see the real emails because I'm in the original case. So there's 2 components to this overall. If you'll see the general overall matching that you'll get in the overview, as well as once you're in your case, you can actually dive into these and take a look at the primary hits. So a really neat way to go through and match on identifiers. We could very easily open up another case that had maybe unrelated, maybe a related case, maybe unrelated, and find matching hits for those. That can be very valuable when trying to identify common phone numbers, email addresses, or whatnot there. So hopefully this was helpful to everyone. I want to thank you for listening in, and feel free to reach out as you if you have questions in that. Reach out to the Magnet Idea Labs team. We would love to get some feedback on how you would use this and match those identifiers. Thanks.